Hey everybody, welcome to my garden. I thought I would introduce you to these busy bees and also introduce you to some of the herbs I've been growing, harvesting and dehydrating for the hive kitchen at Confest this year. There's all this beautiful purple sage. I did these up as cuttings after last Confest, and also fat leaf sage, and it's just powered through the heat waves, the bushfires. Some white sage for incense and smudging. Sage everywhere. So it's a mix of purple, common and fat leaf sage, so it will have a unique flavour. I've also been dehydrating some shiso for Asian dishes. Got that beautiful burgundy reddy purple colour and a really pungent smell and flavour. I'm doing up a Basil mega mix with this Krishna Tulsi. This is the real McCoy Tulsi that they plant in front of the temples and leave these flower sprigs on the altar for their gods in India. I'm also throwing in a bit of this forest Tulsi. It doesn't have much scent or flavour, but the medicinal values in Ayurvedic medicine are amazing. It's known to clear the lungs, among many other things, and so is the shiso, so that will come in handy out there with all the dust. I harvested all the vanilla basil today, so it doesn't look that impressive, but there were big juicy flower buds all over that this morning, and also the dill. So all these beautiful sweet baby dills have popped up on their own, and that's all in the dehydrator right now. Along with the Tulsi, we also have holy basil, which is in the Tulsi family. Lots of African basil, like lots. And all these chilies are ripening up, so the garden may be able to supply the hive with chilies this year. These seeds are from chilies that Sade grew and gave to me, and I saved the seeds and grew these ones from it, so they're part of the family now. Purple basil. Look at this holy basil. When I harvest it, I pinch about that much off all at once, and it's a nice handful. This amazing Greek basil that I got from the old Greek ladies in Richmond. This is a monster holy basil bush. I stripped this Thai basil this morning, and all the Siam queen as well. Now there's also some purple cayenne chilies that I'll add to the chili mix. The camera has trouble zooming in on them because they're thin. So after all that's harvested, it makes its way to the dehydration station. I've got the dill on top so the flavour doesn't bleed through the basil. And I just pack these trays as much as I can. See, it's just leaves and flower buds. I'm mixing all these varieties together so it'll be a very magical, unique flavour. And they've been on for about 5 hours now at a really low heat, just to keep all that flavour and all those essential oils. And after they're dry, I chop them up and jar them and keep them in a cool, dark place. Here's some of the white sage that we can use as incense. I'm also drying mugwort, drying mugwort that we can play with. Now this basil, it's a pretty big jar. I've got the milk bottle next to it for size reference. We have Siam Queen basil in here, which has a really strong licorice flavour, as well as Thai basil, holy basil, a few varieties of Tulsi, African basil, and vanilla basil. And the sage, we have the 3 varieties in here: purple, fat leaf sage or broadleaf sage, and common sage. And got a big jar of Tulsi and holy basil that we can use for tea. And I've just started with the dill, so there's not much there, but we'll fill this jar. Rosemary, halfway. I'm just getting this from a big beautiful bush at a community garden. And the shiso, that'll add an interesting flavour to some of the dishes. So, hopefully I can get my hands on some more homegrown organic herbs to add to this collection. Have a good day, everybody.